It started with a queue at the Durban hospital and ended with gunfire. Police clashing with desperate crowds, citizens shouting, foreign nationals arrested. But what really happened outside the Addington hospital, and what does it reveal about the deeper crisis simmering in South Africa's healthcare system? This isn't just a news story, it's a national flashpoint. From Gauteng to KwaZulu-Natal, tensions are rising, and the question of who deserves access to public healthcare has exploded into chaos. Welcome to African Connection, where we unpack the story behind the headlines. Let's begin with what just unfolded on July 3, 2025. A video now going viral shows the chaotic scenes outside the Addington Hospital in Durban, where members of the March and March Citizens movement clashed violently with foreign nationals, mainly from Somalia and Ethiopia, over access to public health services. According to eyewitnesses, over 100 foreign nationals tried to force their way into the facility, sparking a standoff with both local activists and the South African Police Service. Things quickly turned physical. Police were attacked, and in response, shots were fired to disperse the crowd. Several foreign nationals were arrested. The footage is disturbing, not just for the violence itself, but for what it signals: a tipping point in South Africa's ongoing debate about immigration, access, and the state responsibility. What happened at Addington didn't come out of nowhere. In recent months, viral videos from across Gauteng and other regions have shown South African citizens barring people they identify as foreign nationals from entering public health clinics. Groups like Operation Tutula and now March and March argue that migrants are stretching the system to breaking point, and in some cases even accuse them of collecting medication to produce illegal drugs like nyaope. Legally speaking, Section 27 of South Africa's constitution guarantees healthcare access to everyone, regardless of nationality or documentation status. But that promise is now at the center of a national argument. The South African Human Rights Commission has condemned the denial of healthcare based on nationality, calling it unethical and unlawful. Yet, public frustration keeps boiling over. A 2023 report by the Health Ombudsman revealed serious concerns at Rahima Musa Mara and Child Hospital in Johannesburg. In that report, Dr. Nomonde Nuluchungu, former Gauteng health head, admitted that foreign nationals were not budgeted for and are putting strain on the system. Former Health MEC Nomathemba Mukhethi went further, stating foreign nationals are the leading cause of overcrowding and suggesting a policy overhaul is needed. Stats from Rahima Musa showed that over 40% of patients are foreign nationals, documented and undocumented alike. 40%, I said. Meanwhile, political party Action SA is taking a hardline approach. They've reaffirmed their rejection of what they call the abuse of South Africa's healthcare system by illegal immigrants and blame the current crisis on a misapplication of constitutional rights. In May, Action SA even proposed the constitutional amendments to restrict the access and tighten immigration control. Their parliamentary chief whip, Lerato Ngobeni, recently emphasized their stance in a televised interview on Newsroom Africa.
We are saying, Eldrin, that the system is overrun with people who are undocumented. There is a value chain now here that needs to be activated to make sure that there is no one in our country who can be sitting there undocumented. There must be referrals. If somebody's undocumented, they must be sent back to Home Affairs for Home Affairs to legalize them. And that it does not mean that they cannot receive critical care or care that can get them to come back into the hospital if they are not critically ill. And a lot of people who are in our system, I dare say, are not always critically ill or at the verge of death. We don't want to be a country that can do that to people. But you have seen that the system is overrun by people who are sitting in our hospitals who cannot get care from their own countries. Otherwise, our country needs to be able to get some form of remuneration for being able to take care of their people when their governments are failing them. And we think that is a logical step for us to take, and we cannot sit down and be quiet on issues like these just because South Africans must be made to feel bad about how it is that they are feeling. You mentioned it very rightfully that we also as South Africans are suffering under the same pressure, and there's no way that you can prioritize people who are coming from elsewhere and neglect your own citizens just because there's a constitution that says everybody has got all of these rights. Yep. We will never progressively realize these rights because we ultimately do not even have an economic system that is functional, that can look after everybody.
So what does the Addington incident really tell us? That this isn't just a debate anymore, it's becoming a national emergency. With hospitals overwhelmed, citizens enraged, politicians divided, and human rights groups warning of legal violations, South Africa is walking a tightrope between constitutional ideals and social collapse. The events outside the Addington hospital may just be the beginning. Will South Africa stand by its constitutional values or rewrite them under pressure? Is this a matter of national interest or national identity? We want to hear your voice. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who should have access to our healthcare system, and where should we draw the line? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to African Connection, your frontline for deep dives into most pressing issues. Until next time, stay informed, stay aware, and stay connected. Thank you so much for watching.